Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss and welcome to First Tree, a game that I know very little about, but I picked up a while back. As far as I know, it's a narrative driven story, so probably a lot more of that than there is the action, but it's supposed to be very beautiful and it sounds wonderful. Often with these games I find that there's a lack of controls that you can change, for example the volume of the music in the background, because it's designed. The developers want you experience it in a particular way, so I can't change that. So I hope that the background music and things is not too loud, but promising hopefully to be a beautiful journey. So let's just get started. Grand, swelling, melancholic music.
Are you awake? I thought I heard you get up.
Yeah, I'm awake. Sorry, I just can't sleep.
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah, a bit. You should get back to sleep, my love. I'm fine.
No, it's okay. What else is on your mind?
I don't know. It seems weird, but I had one of the most vivid dreams of my life. I saw a fox on a snowy mountain, just looking confused and worried. Those eyes. I can't get those eyes out of my head. She was running in the windy snow, looking for something.
Do you think it has to do with you and what's been going on?
I don't know. It was just a dream, Rachel. They're not meant to make sense. A lot's happened the past couple days, that's all.
Well, if you're not going to sleep anyway, you should tell me. I want to hear.
All right.
Okay, so a bit of chat already. I'm just exploring what I can do around here. I'm being nosy. So I can control the fox with my mouse control and do a harder turn using the keys. I'm just looking around. It's that sort of game, I think, where you should be running around a lot more. We have a potentially very sad story going on here and some odd items. Look at this. We've got a tent, a flat tent. Who'd leave a tent lying around like this? And a bedroll. And a picnic. From here as well. Interesting. There are lots of things to find in the game, I think, and I will try not to stay too much on the path and wander around a little without it becoming ridiculous and annoying for you, I hope. But the story of someone's dream and some sort of tragedy has happened. It's making me feel pretty cold, I can tell you that much. What's causing that shadow there? Oh, the top of that tree over there, I guess. Give me some more of the music. I want the beautiful music. Whether the sun, probably with very little heat, brightly shining through the trees is very lovely. Well, that's not what we want to find, is it really? What we need to find, definitely not what we want to find.
So, not far from her home, she followed that path to something unexpected.
So it was hard to see in the title, but there were 3 fox cubs in the title. This is the second fox.
She couldn't stay, though. She had to find her other 2 children. So she took that path. She followed it towards something ancient. Something with answers.
Which I think we can just see in the distance there. The first tree. And there's our title. I was just going to say this is the second Fox game I've played recently. The other one I haven't done anything with yet and uploaded. But neither were particularly happy games. People seem to have a good, strong connection to foxes.
High and low, searching for any sign of her cubs. Points of light showed the way to this ancient tree. It was as if each one had a story to tell, all their own. The land was trying to tell my story, too. I felt like I was right behind her the whole time.
Yeah, people have a great deal of love for foxes. Oh, bunnies! Bunnies! Come here, bunnies! Come here! I think I'm allowed to catch them. No, in fact they're not bunnies. I have played this far in the game before. And they're supposedly hares, snow hares. And good luck any fox catching, get out of here, catching a hare. Because they are incredibly fast. We've got something glowing over there. We've got some stars down here. We'll go over there in a minute. I don't think it matters which one we go to first. Gotcha. Ooh, that's just a glow on the snow there. So let's go this way first, and we'll come back for those over that way. There's something there as well. It's a stump. It's a stump coated by snow. No, it's not. It's a school desk. That says Joseph on it. It's a dream, it doesn't have to make sense. We've got something else down here. A childhood friend. The one who's talking, or somebody else? Oh, aha. I will miss some stars, you know that. I will try not to. But the chances are, I shall. And this is... Thank God I'm not another dead fox cub.
As a kid, did you ever do show and tell in your class?
Yeah, I think I only did it once, when I was in the 4th grade. You know how my life was around then. I wanted to show my class what helped pass the time and distracted me, so I brought a dozen paper cranes I had made. I think I told everyone how badly I wanted to be a bird and fly, embarrassingly enough.
Don't be embarrassed. Every kid wants to fly. For me, it was another toy from my dad, a wooden boat.
Oh, is it about
I
that?
remember guarding it so carefully in my hands as I walked into class. When I sat down, a group of boys immediately made fun of it. They asked which trash can I found it in, or why an ugly log was my favorite toy. When I got up, I didn't even want to tell them my dad had carved it. I said it was a joke gift my friend had given me.
Kids can be so cruel.
Some of them are. I shouldn't have let them get to me, but it did. It's amazing we bounced back at all.
Yes, the cruelty of children. Oh, I've got a merry-go-round. So maybe it's Dad then. Maybe it's a story of loss of Dad. What's this? Oh. Graph. Children's memories. A slightly unhappy looking face on there. Chance to exercise our double jumps. Whee! Oh, wow, you can guide in midair. Is that something up there? We'll find out, won't we? Run, Fox, run! Use the, no, it is something. I thought it was the sunlight glistening off of frozen water or something, but there is something up here. We have...
Usually those kids would leave me alone, but somehow they could tell I was different. They made fun of how far away I lived. They called my dad a sourdough. I was a blabbermouth as a kid, telling my dad stories I made up for hours. After that show and tell, I didn't tell him much anymore. He didn't know exactly what was wrong, but his best guess was that the toys he carved weren't cool enough. He carved me a tank. He tried to tell me what it was like to be in a real tank as a serviceman.
I didn't know your dad was in the military.
Yeah, in the army. The sad thing is that I'd pretty much forgotten until just now. There's so much I still don't know about him.
I'm sorry. He knows how much you love him. You're going to see him again soon and have some closure, I'm sure.
Ah. So Dad's not dead then? Separated in some way? Well, it's a common feeling to know, especially if your father dies when you're still relatively young, that you're missing something. You've not made the connection that you could have done as an adult. I wasn't that young when my dad died, but still young enough not to be me like I am now. I was slower growing up, so in my development, probably emotionally, I was slower than I could have been. So I never knew my dad when I was really an adult. But as a quiet child, I missed out on a lot of things I could have talked to him and said to him and understood from him. Nothing from the school bus. Not the happy memories from school, I understand that. I wouldn't have the same problems as this child obviously had. These are obviously the story markers, aren't they? The swirling light rising up. Buried memories, maybe?
The older I got, the more I withdrew. I asked myself, why talk to anybody anyway? Why bother when I'm happy by myself? I started drawing a lot, mostly animals I saw in the woods by my home. I then imagined designing my own hideouts with things like TVs and pantries full of chips and cookies. I think that idea of leaving home and drawing blueprints started my career. I found a lot of solace in that.
I'm not surprised, but I did the same thing, you know? There's something special about having a place to call your own.
And now look at us. Well, if you count renting in an overpriced city.
It's as close as we can get for now.
Little lean-tos and places to sit eating your crisps. As I said, a place for yourself. We've got a great big jump up there that I missed. And we'll try to get up there again in a minute. Meanwhile, what else is around here? There's fragments and bits and pieces. Pieces of childhood lying around in the wilderness. There's a memory down there. Let's go and get these stars first, shall we? And then we'll come back for that memory. Or thought. Whichever it is. Sorry, Buns. I didn't realize what you were for a second. I thought you were something else on the floor. Aha. Damn it! Okay, that's going to take a few attempts. I went too far off the edge, so the fox didn't jump. Finally! Took a few attempts. Distance judging is tricky. Me at least. Ah, with another vehicle over here. Must have missed that before. Are those stars up there as well? There is one up there as well. It's like a drawn pickup, not a pickup, what do you call it? Like a Humvee or something. No, there's a star on there. Can't miss these stars. Okay. There we go with this next memory in a second.
Do you remember what my dad did for a living?
Wasn't he like a lumberjack?
That's one way of putting it. If wood was a canvas, then a carving knife was his paintbrush. Even after working a 50-hour week, even after his hands were more splinters than skin, he would bring home the nicest piece of Alaskan weeping cedar and make me toys. That wooden train was the first toy I can remember, and I loved it. I just knew from a young age I was going to be a lumberjack, like my father.
My kids always love wooden toys. They're some of the best toys we got. Some of the wooden ones. Thank you to IKEA for that. It's something I think otherwise would have been trickier to get. Traditional wooden toys. Now, as a child, my favourite wooden toy apparently was... My favourite toy, when I was very young, was a trolley. A wooden trolley that contained blocks. And you just pushed it along. But for a little tiny kid, you know, you've got the handle to hold on to grip and hold yourself up and push around the place. Transport your blocks around the house. And parts of that still exist. It's part of my dad's old toolbox. They repurposed the old trolley. But yeah, my kids had wooden trains and things. And tracks. And the sort of thing I can imagine would be, if it hadn't been made by IKEA, would have been hard to get hold of. You know, wooden toys were like more of a luxury toy, because it involves not more handmade material, but you know, more than just putting something out of plastic. An American flag and a bunch of medals. Which way do we go? Do we go this way? No route through over there. Quick scan suggests we've got all the bits around here. Let's head on to the next area. So there's something positive at the end.